Gamehead, what's going on? It's the RMGN, and guess what? You're in for another treat today because it's another installment of the RMGN VGTB, the RaginMadGamingNigga's video game throwback. We're going to take an old school game and review it, and this one I've been wanting to do for a long time because this game holds a special place in my heart, and it's one of the best RPGs, if not video games of all time. I'm talking, of course, about Final Fantasy VII for the PlayStation. Now, this game is set the bar for so many different RPGs. I think Squaresoft outdid themselves with this one because now every RPG that the Final Fantasy company, Square Enix or whatever, every game that RPGs make now, they have to set the bar, and it has to live up to this standard because this game broke so many barriers, gameplay wise, graphics wise, and storyline wise. But anyway, let's get to the gameplay. Now this is the opening cutscene for Final Fantasy VII, and I know the graphics look a little bit clay-like, but this game was made in 1997, so what else can you expect? But at the time, these graphics were considered cutting-edge and high definition, but it's still a beautiful sight to look at nonetheless. As for the storyline, you see our hero, the yellow spiky-haired person known as Cloud in the game. He joined this rebel group called Avalanche to blow up reactors to save the planet because the reactors are draining the energy. But enough of this, let's go on to the gameplay. Now, of course, with any RPG, the main element is ATB, Active Time Battle. It's a turn-based battle system used in all RPGs to where you have to wait your turn to attack a certain enemy, like so. You can use basic attacks, you can use magic, and you can even use special items, but I'll get to that later. See, I'm about to use lightning. And of course, when you beat a boss or an enemy, you have your experience points go up. That's where as soon as you level up, your health, your experience points, your magic power, defense, and attack, all that good stuff, all that goes up the more you fight, the more you level up. Just to fast forward a little bit, after you get to the main city, Midgard, which is where you start free world roaming. After you beat more bosses, level up more, progress more in story mode, meet new characters, all that other good stuff. There's a total of 9 characters in the game. 2 of them are optional, which is Vincent and Yuffie. And, well, there's 8 now because, spoiler alert if you haven't beat the game, Ares dies at the end of the first disc. But as far as you leveling up more, there's the materia system, which I think is a very easy system to get. It's the easiest one of all Final Fantasy. See, there's magic materia, there's support materia, there's summon materia, and there's other materia that can help you health-wise and MP-wise to help your magic. But if you don't have any of these, then materia is a double-edged sword because the more materia you equip as far as magic and summons, your health and your attack power and defense goes down, but your magic priority and mana or MP points goes up. And of course, you have your boss fights, like this one. Now, this boss fight is optional, but it's a tough boss fight. It's probably the toughest boss fight in the game, the Emerald Weapon boss fight. And of course, with any and all boss fights, if you don't have the right material, the right strategy, or if your level's not high enough, you're not going to last long. See? Like that right there. And that'll do it for me. And of course, if you don't feel like getting hammered like a railroad spike, or you're just bored with the storyline, there's the Gold Saucer you can go to. This is basically just an amusement park in the game with a whole bunch of mini games. You can pretty much just get lost in the mini games like this, a super duck basketball game. But if you really want to get into the side missions, there's also the Chocobo breeding side mission. Now mind you, you'll spend a lot of time breeding Chocobos, pretty much as much time as leveling up your own characters. And if you want to really go the extra mile and get some extra achievements, get some and get some extra materia, especially the nice round materia, you will need to put a lot of time into breeding your chocobos, feed them the right stuff and the right greens, and especially mating them, especially if you want to get this one, if you want to get the legendary gold chocobo. Now, if you're a newbie at this game, then it'll probably take you about 40 or 50 hours to beat it. Heck, even experienced players or people who've been through the game about 4 or 5 times, it still takes them about 30 to 35 hours to beat this game. But if you want to do everything, enjoy the story mode, do all the side missions, and level up all the characters, there's no limit to the amount of gameplay that you can rack up. But just to wrap up this review, folks, a quick synopsis of the game is Cloud and his 8 friends travel the world to kick the badass Sephiroth, one of the best Squaresoft and best video game villains of all time. And this game, there's not really too much to be said about it. It's one of the greatest games ever made. And I played lots of games in my time. I played hundreds of games, and I've only given 7 games a perfect score of 100 out of 100. And guess what? This is one of them. The RMGN rates Final Fantasy VII a 100 out of 100, a perfect score. And Square Enix, if you're listening, please remake this game. This game is in desperate need of a remake. And that'll do it for this edition of the RMGN's VDTB. And just a quick question before I get out of here. Which old school game review do you want me to do next? Do you want to see Final Fantasy X? Do you want to see Marvel vs. Capcom 2? Or do you want me to review the entire Metal Gear Solid series? Well, anyway, it'll do it for the RMGN's VDTB. Later.